sign into chat. Forgive me, people, if you're watching. I'm trying to figure out some stuff as far as like getting my stream operating properly. Give me a second. See, I can't see that. My mic know, what's good? I have so many things going on right now, so you probably can see me. Probably can't see me. You see my hands, but I got I got my iPad on my right side. I got my phone. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. My camera basically overheated, so I wasn't able to keep that up. So I'm gonna try to keep you guys informed of what I'm doing, but I'm looking at multiple screens, so it takes me a lot of responding, or if you kind of hear me lagging out, just bear with me. But I appreciate y'all locking in and joining the stream. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or whatnot, I can see them, and I'll reply as soon as I can. second. Okay. I'm gonna go back over this. Make myself a little bit. We're gonna leave the jacket alone for now. I'm going to then pivot and add some color to this pill design. What do I want to use though? Got some colors over here. I might just try this blue. So try this. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's like a called frost blue, and then there's a blue, and this is Tahian blue. So I like to keep all my colors that I use on the side, just to make sure that if I want to go revisit, you know, a certain spot, I got my colors at hand. It might get a little messy, but it's part of the process. So put those to the side. I'm gonna try to color this section here. It's just kind of light. Best practice for most people, I would recommend you do color swatches, so you're not guessing like I am. This is poor practice. There's better ways to do this instead of doing it this way. Probably like a purple. I want to stay in the family. So this mauve shadows, try this. And amethyst. And you don't want to, this is too warm. I want to go more to the cool colors. And having a color wheel is good too. You'll know what colors to use. fluorescent. Let's try these two. So I have the mauve shadow and amethyst. See what that looks like. I know that mauve is gonna be light. Yeah, it's kind of light, but it's good because I want to go for like a softer pastel. I don't want to go too crazy as far as color. Amethyst is kind of dark. Yeah, that's a good mixture though. That's gonna be a nice blend. Get it right here. Perfect. Go back over it. It's not that bad. You live and you learn. Probably go back over this amethyst one more time just to give it some more structure. It's a pretty strong blend too, because this color, this mauve wipes the amethyst right away, which is kind of crazy. I wasn't suspecting that. So let me do something real quick. Sorry, people. I'm gonna remove that. So y'all gotta look at that. The zero count. And it's moving this. There's no. It says 3 people here. It's good. Appreciate y'all locking in. But I think the zero counts from the other video. But it doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with what's going on right now, so let me ignore that. Alright, so kind of have the face. I'll bring it up. Face. I might go back and add some more like depth here. Jacket. Here, work my way around. But I'm just trying to leave my base colors down. I'm probably gonna go back over these with a black marker, a black pen, just to sharpen those edges. As you can see, I got a little bit of bleed on this side. It looks good so far. I don't have super high expectations for this because I've created this before. If I had my sketchbook in hand, I probably can show you guys, but I don't. I don't think I do. It would be great because I'm not sure exactly where I got this from. No, I'm not fine. But it's okay. Let's not waste any time doing that. Cool. Next thing, the gloves. Got my 2 colors. I also have my deep color. And the helmet. And this is where it gets kind of tricky because I don't want the helmet and I guess the gloves to get lost. So what I'll try to do, I'm gonna tackle that last because this is more of a challenge. I know the smiley face is gonna be yellow, and I'm probably gonna do something with the visor. Something's gonna happen. I gotta make an adjustment. So how about I start here? I'm gonna work on this area up top. So I do want this to be more of a yellow, and I have a perfect color to set on the He's right here. Let me use these 3 just to kind of work around here. Sorry, y'all, give me a second. All right. So let's go in and try to tackle this. This yellow out the box looks really good. is my audio good? I know there's 4 people in here, but I guess put a 1 or something in the chat to let me know that my audio is good. I'm trying to figure out the best streaming process. You know, I got all the gadgets and stuff, but for whatever reason, I can't get the simple stuff down. So if my audio sounds decent, if you can hear me well, if the music's too loud, please let me know, because I'm really just testing all of this out, so I can probably go into like a more full production type thing. So I would definitely love to hear your guys' feedback on just overall presentation outside of the drawing, you know. And if you have any critiques or questions about this, please drop a comment or something, and I'll engage with whoever asked the question. Chrome orange, and this is marigold. I know this will be a bit darker, perfect for shadows. Yep, just like I suspected. I might not need this orange right here. I might just work with this chrome orange and marigold. It might be better. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have a whole bunch of stuff going on, so I can't really see my chat, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'm trying to look. Looks amazing. Thank you, Moon. Moon Bun Bun? That's Moon Bun Bun. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright, let's start blending this. I'm going to take that chrome orange. I'm going to go ahead and just overlay it. Sugar tart face. Thank you for the sub. I can see who's subbing, who's. Just gotta get my chat together, y'all. Once I get that together, man, we'll be good to go. I thank you for the subs and the support. I appreciate it all. back to that. I'm gonna put this orange back because I do not need this. Back over there. I'm avoiding this section only because I'm just trying to figure out the best contrast, I guess. But in the meantime, in between time, in the meantime, I can I'll bring it up so you guys can see the details. Kind of add a little bit of a shadow there. Very subtle, nothing too crazy. Alright, so for these flowers around, actually let's tackle the petals. We all know petals go with the greenish colors. Green apple or apple green on here. Or I can go. It's crazy because acid green and apple All right, how about that? Does that work? Thank you for the feedback. Thank you, Bonzi Buns. I try to have like a chill vibe. That's why I have the music, the ambiance. I try not to talk too much, even though I could be a bit talkative. But I just want people to observe, ask questions, and I'll respond based on what you guys ask. Is my mic like, does it have like a lot of static, or does it sound clear? Because I know I've been dealing with that too. Just trying to figure what works best with all of this. All right, cool. Let me go back and put some detail. Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you. Am I allowed to ask how old you are? Of course you are. I am 34 years old. Yeah, so I don't look 34 though. I age like wine. So yeah, I'm 34. When people look at me, they're like, 34, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. I don't think I want to lie about being that age in particular. Out of all ages, why would I say 34 and lie about that? But yeah, I am 34 years old. Okay, good. Thank you, Moon. Just making sure everything's clear and consistent. That's the goal. Clear and concise. Trying to cover up what I'm doing, but I do want to show you the progress. I'm going back over with this apple green. I kind of feel like I need to have a little bit more depth in what I'm doing. All these colors are blending together, like they're turning into one color. And when I have that issue, I try to kind of go further down that contrast scale. So I might go with a darker green. I'm kind of scared to make that adjustment, but I think overall it'll help out in the long run. It'll make sense later. It will make sense later. Let's see if I can find a darker green, but not too dark. Forest green. Matter of fact, let me go back into my I have a whole nother set of markers on the opposite side. Oh, this might be pretty dark, but we'll give it a try. It says deep olive green. Hey Nika. What's up? How are you? I thought it was time for me to start going live on here more. You said this static. Are you seeing more static now? Are you guys hearing more static? I gotta get my mic and audio fixed because that's gonna be my biggest downfall right now. Oh yeah. I use Procreate. That's one of my main drawing programs that I use. I actually created this in Procreate, printed it out, and now I'm coloring it because I feel like it's something that I need to transpire from digital to traditional. So I just want to do this and see what it would look like. And I actually like it. I like how this turns out. You know, you have a lot of things that you can create on a digital tablet or iPad, but it's always good to go back to your roots and look at traditional art for what it's really for, and it's for observation, change, you know, having that traditional grounds. You know, we all learn how to color with crayons, color pencils, and markers. And with technology advancing so much, we forget how important, you know, the basics, you know, of art, traditional art is. Okay, you don't hear static? All right, thank you, Buns. I just want to make sure. I think someone said they were hearing static earlier. I haven't tried Ibis though. Ibis is something that I want to try, and I have a big drawing tablet at home. Well, upstairs. I am home. Upstairs, that's like a 21.5-inch. It's not a Cintiq. I can't remember what the name is. But I don't really. It's so much going on with that. I don't really use it as much. I used to have Clip Studio Paint. My older tablet broke, and I don't know. Yeah, I had Clip Studio Paint for like 2 months, and then I stopped paying for it. And I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna use Procreate because I pay for it one time. I get the updates forever. So. Somewhere. I don't know how I'm feeling about this color change, y'all. It's subtle, but it's recognizable to me. But, I mean, it's a subtle look. It's not a bad look, but you know, sometimes when you don't create swatches and you don't test these colors before you apply them, you run the risk of things getting muddy, and that's the risk I was willing to take. So learn from my mistakes and create color swatches before you do any type of digital work. Well, not digital work, sorry, any traditional work. Oh, so you pay $200, it's a one-time fee? You paid for it for $200 and you had it forever, or is it like monthly, yearly? Well, I hope it's not $200 a month, that's crazy. You pay $200 a year, or do you pay $200 and it's a one-time thing? Just curious, because I might invest in that if I know I can do it, you know. All right. Let's see. All right, for these flowers, I might go the pink route. So I'm gonna use all these pink colors I have just to see. And this is like my little scrap colors I threw in here. Use these tones and see what happens. I'm gonna go light first. I'm probably not gonna use this one because it's leaning more on the blue, like a bluish pink. I'm gonna lean more towards like the reds. So these 3 colors: so peach, light prawn, and blush. It's not yet. Use these. Oh, it was to own. Okay, good. I'm glad you. I might look into that then. I do want to have a variety of digital, what's the word? Archive of his drawings. Of software for drawing. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh man, kind of torn. Let's see what this looks like. I hope this peach doesn't blend. Okay, I did this here because the peach is the exact color of the middle. So let's not use the blush. I'm sorry, the blush. All right, now let's use this. Let's do this light prom. Sorry about this clicking of my markers. It could be kind of annoying. All right, that's a nice color. Bring it up so you guys can see it. You can't tell, but once I put some contrast in there, you'll know the difference. You can see the difference. Getting somewhere. All right, to kind of separate the petals from the, I don't know what you call the middle of a flower. Maybe somebody has an idea or knows what that's called. The bud, I don't know, the middle of the flower. I'm gonna have a darker color, and there's this little technique that I do, that I kind of round the inside, and it creates a shadow. I do it all the time. So I essentially grab a darker color. This might be too light, so I'll probably go with the color like, I don't want to make it too dark. I'm gonna go with this color. Let's see, I'll go darker than that. Gotta stop being so fearful. Whatever, let's do it. That's not bad. There we go, that's good. Because it has that bluish touch. So I go in, I kind of create this round edge. Do these little spots. Like a little signature thing I do. And now I'll separate the contrast from the middle and the petals. You probably can't see what I'm doing, so I'm gonna zoom in, show you guys what I mean. So something like this. So I use that as a styler technique to create separation, and it's more of a I don't know, something I developed over time. I can't remember who did it. They did a reference of it, and I kind of like, okay, let me try to see if I can make my own, and I was able to do that. So yeah, this is kind of how I separate color too, in a more playful way. sea slug. That's interesting. I wonder what that'll look like. I gotta see it. Thank you. So now what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna see if I could blend this a little bit so it's not as harsh. I don't want to lose that texture either, so I'm gonna be very careful. It's gonna be a light lens. Back. Throw that in there. Okay, this slight static. See, I'm trying to, I don't know. It's just, I guess my mic is too loud. Try to keep it like good. But then again, my chair could be moving. How's that sound? I gotta figure out why that's giving off some bad feedback. Is there still static? Can you still hear it? Okay, so took care of the jacket, got the flowers and stuff, roses, I don't know, flowers, petals. I'm gonna go back over this off camera. I might do it during stream. I don't know. Just gonna continue going through it. It's gonna be red here, so I'm gonna use a lot of this red. Right here, and right here. Colors. How about oops. But for the most part, I think we're making good progress. I'm gonna slide all this over. Okay, good. Yeah, I think once my mic is turned all the way up, I think the feedback kind of messes with it. And then again, I do have my mic very close to me, so that might also create a disruption. So I think I have to just separate or back up a bit. Alright. I'm gonna work on the pants. That's gonna be hours. I want to make sure the music is 2 hours. I'm making sure that everything is balanced, consistent, and not overwhelming. So once these settings are good to go, I'm going to lock them in. I'm going to use them for the long haul. So I want to make sure I'm providing the best quality. I have to work on my mic, but I'll make sure everything else is good. Pull it closer. A bit. Am I good now? But that also could be a sign for me to shut up and draw. So. Okay. Well, I'll just be quiet for right now. I'll be quiet for right now. What am I drawing? This is a drawing I created. I want to say what the original was made last year, but it's like a character concept from Akira. I don't know if you've seen that Japanese movie. I hope I'm saying it in the right region. But yeah, something I created, put together, and I'm just coloring it right now. I created it in Procreate, and then I printed out, and now I'm drawing it using Copic Markers and markers. So doing a little bit of everything. Thank you, I appreciate that. Dopamine rush. It's a lit name, dopamine rush. collected when I'm doing this stuff. This is why I enjoy taking digital work and turning it into traditional work, because I can then go back to the basics and draw traditionally and color traditionally. Sometimes finding your own style, it's very difficult to do right away. And I will say finding your style may come from you observing other artists. I know we all know Gox, the guy who basically originated the whole concept of this doodle style, which I kind of embody here just a little bit, but my own personal style evolved. But I follow this guy. His name is Kervin Brousseau, and he is a urban artist, I think based out of New York, and he has this edgy design style that I've learned to embrace and take on as like my own, but I put my own spin on it. So finding your own style, it just takes time, and you have to build that through repetition, research, finding people that you enjoy, like the vision that they put together, and then just do it yourself. People think, oh, I'm stealing someone else's work. No, you're not really stealing. You're getting inspiration, and you're developing your own concept around it. We make concept art all the time. People do it in anime. You've probably seen Dragon Ball Z drawn in so many different forms, and we don't consider that stealing. We consider that like innovation and creating something new. So finding your own style may take some time, but once you find it, you'll realize it more than you know. Like, okay, I think this is my style, and you kind of lean into it a little bit more. Sometimes I do the complete opposite. I draw digitally, and then I color digitally. I do the same thing. Like I decided to do it in reverse this time, because this picture or this drawing was originally drawn in a sketchbook. It was really small. Then I printed it. I drew it in Procreate, and then I printed it back out on bigger paper, so I can draw on a bigger sheet. My goal this year is to create a coloring book of a bunch. Like, I have some more stuff on the side. Like, I got this, this one too. I think this is my most recent one. I just finished this one, I think last week. But there's so many different styles of work and artwork I want to really show and put together. So I think the best thing for me is to take all the work I've done digitally, print it out, and then create my own coloring book. And hopefully one day I'll sell them, so people can get inspired or try to replicate the things that I'm creating and develop their own style or whatever you want to call it. That is true. You really can't. I agree. You can't really find your style. It kind of creates itself. You just, like I said, you lean into the things that you like, and naturally, that it'll just happen. So yeah, you are 100% right on that. And I think that's the reason, because a lot of these drawings were, I had them in like a sketchbook, and they were really small. It was like a 5x8, like really, really small. And I was like, man, I took these drawings I made years ago, and I wanted to repurpose them. So taking all these drawings that I've had for so long and redesigning them, recreating them, redrawing them, and then printing them out on more of a Bristol paper, I'm now able to create my own coloring book in the future. So you guys are seeing page 1 of all of this. So this is all a test to see what it'll look like on this type of paper. So I have an idea. So I'm technically doing my own research of what my coloring book will be. I'm better at copying and redrawing something like a character than I am at freehanding. Yeah, freehanding, art is an acquired skill. I'll say that. You'll learn how to do things. You'll learn the ins and outs about art if you practice it. Study, research, referencing, anatomy. I know that's my biggest struggle is anatomy. I'm not that great at anatomy, but if you learn how to, learn the structure of all of that, and then give yourself time, and you'll create it. You'll create more than you know. It all comes with just a little bit of patience. But art is an acquired skill. You can always get better. You just gotta try things and do things that make you feel uncomfortable. Like, I know that might not be ideal, but some of the stuff that make you feel uncomfortable when you're drawing is what's gonna make you a better artist overall. Now, I don't have the rule book to how that works, but once you get familiar with the unknown and things that kind of shake you up and you don't feel as easy as you would if you were to be doing something else that you like, that's when you know you're starting to stretch that muscle and grow and become a better artist overall. Like, I was, a long time ago, I couldn't do anything like this, like learning how to blend colors, and even now I'm still figuring out how this is all working in real time. Like, I'm really BSing it. But I've done it enough where I'm able to create something and not overthink it at the same time. Exactly, I agree. It is a lot of acquired skills all in one. I consider myself a an interdisciplinary artist. Like, I don't stick with one type of medium. I kind of lean into like, I wouldn't say 3D art, but I draw like sculptures. I paint sculptures and stuff like that. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna call them. Oh, I'll just probably show you what I'm talking about because I'm all over the place right now. Like, stuff like this. Like, this is another form of artistic expression. I make stuff like this all the time. I customize sneakers, so stuff like this. I do a little bit of everything. I don't consider myself like a one-trick pony, and I think that's what I think. Those acquired skills. That's where that comes into play. So it definitely makes sense to have a wide range of artistic abilities if you put the effort into it. making progress here. I feel like I still need to add a little bit more depth to my drawing. I don't know something's something's missing. I don't know what. Yeah. I'm trying to kind of confused on where I want to be. Okay. I need to bite the bullet and figure out what I'm going to do here. So let's go ahead and add that. The helmet is probably going to be red as well. But I'm not too sure how that's going to look because there's too much red on red. If they're more mysterious, then the thing for the eyes. Yeah, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I want to say thank you all for kind of like chatting with me as I'm figuring this thing out. Drawing is good to build a community. You know, the subs, the comments in the chats. This makes all of this enjoyable. You know, I don't want anyone to feel like they're in a boring cycle of just me drawing and talking. I want you guys to be able to interact, engage, chat with one another, chat with me. Trying to build an art community that relies on the community growth, you know. So if we're able to help one another out, comment, like, share, all that good stuff, I feel like it'll be well worth it in the end. And if you guys have your own YouTube channels, please let me know so I can go ahead and support you guys as well. I'll like, follow, whatever needs to be done, because that's the fastest way to grow within the art community. You know, I don't gatekeep. I don't, you know, I'm not here to, you know, just show my stuff off. I want to be able to help and encourage you all at the same time, and hopefully you guys can encourage me to continue doing this. So that's the whole point. It's 10 p.m. Are you, let me ask you this, are you US based or are you based outside of the US? Because if it's 10 p.m., I'm assuming you're West Coast time, because I'm East Coast time. I live in North Carolina. So that'll be good to know. Make the helmet match the boot color. Okay, sure. I feel like they'll. Now, should I make the helmet a different color? Because I was assuming everything will be all red, because in the image, the Akira design, everything is red. But I just have to create more contrast. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to continue with it all being red and just add more contrast over time. Oh, you're in Canada. That's cool. My sister lives in Canada. I think she says BC, British Columbia, I think. I could be wrong. I don't want to lie like that, but yeah, I have a sister and a brother lives in Canada. No word. You just learned how to render hair on live stream like an hour ago. That's cool. Red with a bit of color in the back. Okay. Or like a black or dark blue. So you're saying dark blue helmet, black or dark blue helmet, or yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what to do. focusing. I think I got the idea. I'm getting good use out of this marker right here. Come on, man. All right, cool. Let me see, is this? Twos will look cool. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm just trying to figure out whatever works. I think I have an idea, and I think I'm just like overthinking it. So I'm just gonna stick with the game plan, make everything red as I'm supposed to, and then go back and just make sure I'm adding more of that depth in there, so making things feel a bit darker. And once I do that, I think I'll be done. All right, I'm gonna do the boots last, but right now I'm just gonna go in and some stuff just fell randomly in my back in my room. Scared the living bejesus out of me. All right, people, we're getting there. We are getting there. Make it a darker red. Yeah, I'm gonna darken it. And for whatever reason, the live stream makes things look a little bit more lighter than what they really are. But I'm trying to go in and this is where I start to get a little bit more reckless with the colors. Don't be as fearful going in. sorry, I haven't had the thing all the way up. I was in the zone. Moved the paper too far. This garnet color might be good too. Let me see. Too dark. No. Jeez, no, that's still too dark. What about this? This might be good. Sorry, I didn't refresh my feed. Ever tried thinking about animation? Yes, I've done animation before, but I wasn't that good at it. But I gotta try it again. I gotta get back into swing of it. Appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much. I've made animations after 9 years of dropping it in OMG. It takes a few days, but I have fun. Yeah, I mean, animation is rewarding. It's rewarding once you get the hang of it. It took a while for me to understand it. You know, there's so many different things with framing and moving things and just making sure that everything lines up properly. That was one of my biggest issues in animation, but it's fun though. Once you kind of get the hang of it, it's good to go. You'll have fun, and yeah, I'm gonna try it though. I'm gonna get back into the swing of animation because why not? You know, I think it's a good medium to get into, get engaged with. Almost 1:30. I got another 20 minutes on this and I'm gonna call it quits, but I think it looks good so far. And I'll finish the rest later. Almost at the finish line. Let's do this. What do I want to do now? I'm probably gonna make the visor like a light blue. Go with that pale blue again. Or I can use like a really light gray. Let me see if I can use it. I'm just gonna use a gray from here then. I thought I had a gray in my other stack, but I guess I'm gonna use it here. I'm purposely leaving some space. I can add like a lighter gray. Like this type of gray. A bit lighter. Probably can't see it. Move it up a bit. Very faint. I don't even know if that made a difference or not. Let me see if I pull that cool gray off. That's another. That might work. I don't know. Like I said, experimentation. Alright, cool. Let's go with that right now for right now. And then we're gonna do this while it's on my mind. I don't have any. I don't have any test paper on the side. No, I don't. And do I play games? Yeah, I do. Call of Duty, NBA 2K type of guy. But I grew up playing all types of games. Pokemon was one of the biggest. That was my first video game. Pokemon Blue was my first video game ever as a child. And then I got a Super Nintendo, and then GameCube, PS3. I have a Nintendo Switch right now. The first one, the second one, and a PlayStation 5. But all those games I've played over time, Mario, Zelda, what else? Pokemon, a bunch of games. So yeah, I'm a gamer. I play all type of games. Between work, being a dad, and all the things in between, I try to spare myself too much gaming. Try to draw instead. Kind of help me relax outside of playing a stressful video game from time to time. Myself to 1:45 a.m. All right, thank you for stopping by. I'm almost finished with this, so, and I'll be on live tomorrow again. I want to be consistent, so I think by me being here, coming back, doing something new every day or every other day or however frequency I choose might help me expand my audience. So that's what I'm gonna do. Where is Great. Do I have that marker to replace it? Probably not. there. Go in on time. Gonna polish it up. And that is it. Took me about what, almost 2 hours. I could have done more, but yeah, I think it turned out pretty good for what the time frame I set out for myself. So looks like I'm the only one here after this long stream. So I appreciate the previous people that were here, keeping me company, dropping some insight, just kind of keeping me awake to do all this stuff. So I'm probably gonna do another stream sometime this week, and yeah, so it was fun. Stream, more artwork, better growth, all those good things. So next one.